Hello everybody, welcome back to another video with Lee, where we talk all things manifestation, lifestyle, beauty, spirituality, and I'm still on the manifesting content. It's my favorite. Not that I won't do any other content, but I love manifesting because it's a part of my life now. Today I'm about to get a little candid. I'm gonna be talking about how the law of assumption helped me to overcome my low self-esteem, and I might get a little personal, might get a little emotional or whatever. If I don't, okay. But guys, being honest with you, I have not always had the best of esteems growing up. I grew up um a very sensitive kid. It doesn't help that my star sign is Cancer. I'm a Cancerian according to the zodiac signs, and very emotional, right? But I grew up very sensitive emotionally, very fragile emotionally, experiencing a lot of negative comments. And I think what people don't understand is when growing up, children need to be nurtured and protected, but sometimes it's not always possible for your parents or the people around you to give you that, because they're not where you go. You go and you play with other kids, you go to kindergarten, you get exposed to stuff, and your people can always be there to shield you. And I think growing up, I always thought that I was not beautiful. I grew up I compared myself to other people. I was always the not so beautiful kid amongst my cousins and all of that. And it was made obvious through words that you are not so pretty, you are not so, you understand, guys? It was, yeah. And I grew up believing that. It formed a part of who I am. And so I started being finding an area where I was strong at, like my academics. So like, okay, people knew me for being smart and academically smart and achieving great marks and stuff like that. So then as a result, that's where all my energy went to. And that's the only time that I got compliments from people around me, right? My family and all of that. They recognized me as a result. So I'm not saying that my parents were not, giving me all that, but it's just how I felt about myself. How other people saw me was not always how I wanted to be received, how I wanted to be seen, and I grew up with that mentality. It affected me in my friendships. I used to be a burden, an emotional burden unto my friends, because I can imagine what a burden it must be to have a friend that has a low self-esteem, because she's always looking for validation. I was one of those friends that always looked for validation. I felt bad about myself. I felt like I was not good enough. I feel like most people feel like they've gone through that, but I'm just sharing my story with you. I really had my fair share of insecurities, and they really controlled my life. They controlled my friendships. They controlled how I connect with people. And in my older years, they connected how when I started dating. They really they surfaced to the brim, guys. I don't want to lie. There's something about relationships. Maybe it's that we are vulnerable. Maybe it's that we are now, I don't know, they force us to be vulnerable. So I remember just every relationship that I've ever had, you guys, outside of the knowledge of the law of assumption, it was a mess. I was controlled by how I felt about myself, and it was not good how I felt about myself. So you can imagine how horrible I was. I was a horrible girlfriend in terms of my attitude towards any guy that I would date, really. So that's where I realized that the problem is not even the other person, because I gave my boyfriend the duty of making me feel good. And even when he did, I didn't believe it. And as a result, I manifested a lot of shitty things that I thought when I got into relationships, that because I believed that I was not good enough, because I had a low self-esteem, because I thought I was not beautiful, when I would get scared for my friends to meet my boyfriends, I would get scared when my boyfriend said he's going out, I would get scared about anything, really, because I used to think that I don't measure up. and I used to put my SP, my lover at that time, on a pedestal, and I manifested exactly that. Their behavior that they would have towards me, the cheating would take place because I expected it. I even said it with my mouth to my partner. So my low self-esteem ruined my relationships. It ruined the relationship that I have with myself. I fought myself. There were so many things that I'm going to share with you guys on that journey, of how a low self-esteem affected the way that I treat myself, um, regarding beauty, health, fitness, and all the other stuff, even mentally, how it affected me and the stuff that I did. I can't wait. I can't do it all in one video, but I'm just showing you that there's so many negative things that can erupt from having a low self-esteem. And joining, that all happened up until last year. And it's not like it's gone. I'm still, I feel like we'll always have something to work through. But ever since I got to know the law of assumption, guys, I must say there has been such a significant difference between last year, before I knew about this, and now when I started with the affirmations. Because you go on a strong mental diet, you realize that if I don't have a strong self-concept, or I don't have a strong mental vision about myself, I'm not going to be able to maintain half the blessings that I'll be blessed with. I'm not going to be able to, I'll have things, but I will not be able to enjoy it. But when you feel good about yourself, when you have a strong self-concept, when you are blessed, when you experience the manifestation of your blessings and your desires and whatever you call it, you are going to have such a great time. Even before they come, you're already feeling good. You are feeling deserving of them. You even inspire others. Your aura just exudes grace and joy and confidence, guys. There's so much beauty in feeling good about yourself and having a good relationship with yourself, feeling comfortable in your own skin, feeling comfortable, confident in your abilities, in who you are as a person. I must say, guys, I did the affirmations. I listened to Kim Velez. She works a lot on self-concept. She's really big on self-concept. And after listening to her videos, I really got into, okay, how do I feel about myself? Because I was just focusing on my SP and money and jobs and whatnot, all the other things, except for I wouldn't really put much emphasis on affirming for my self-concept and the relationship that I want to have with myself, how I see myself. So when I started with that, I'm like, how do I really feel about myself? Say I do have my SP. How will I still feel? Will I still feel like I'm deserving of him? Will I still feel I'm gonna lose him? Will I still have this fear? Will I still put him on a pedestal? Because it was very big. I was affirming for my SP, but I was also feeling like at any time this person can walk out on me, at any time I could lose him, at any time I can be replaced in his life. And that's not a good way to start this journey now, is it? So it's not that you won't get your manifestations if you don't have a good self-concept, but that you're not going to be able to enjoy it nor maintain it, and you are going to go back to attracting the same old shit that you tried to move away from. So I must say there is I'm seeing a difference. I feel like a whole lot different about myself, that even though there are certain things that I may still be working on right now, but I work on them with love. I approach myself gently than I did last year. Right before I started this journey, I'm kinder to myself, I'm more patient with myself, I'm working on myself, and I love working on myself. So the way that I feel about myself is different, and I'm not stopping. I'm still, up until I get to that feeling, the third phase that I had with my SP and all the other stuff that I've already manifested. I'm never gonna stop working on my self-concept. It's something that I'm gonna continue up until I feel like it's effortless now for me, up until what, I'm embodying this beautiful person. I started having self-concept affirmations about myself. How do I see myself? I'm intelligent, I'm beautiful, I'm gorgeous. Everything that I felt the opposite of, I started to affirm for. Like if I felt ugly, I started to affirm like I'm beautiful, I'm gorgeous, I'm smart, I'm intelligent. Affirmations work, you guys. And now it's not so hard for my subconscious mind to receive, right, to be impressed upon with the affirmation of I'm beautiful, I'm breathtakingly gorgeous, I'm a jaw dropper, I'm a showstopper, I look good in everything, I have a great relationship with myself, I operate from my highest self. Like the affirmations are so automatic. And now I feel, even when I manifested my SP, I feel better about him now. I feel better about everything that I was able to manifest, money wise, relationship wise, health wise, everything that I affirm for. I have the confidence that it's mine and I'm going to maintain it because I feel good about myself. It all starts with you. Like I said, I'm not saying that if you don't have a strong self concept, you're not going to get your manifestation. It's just that I do believe that you do want to maintain what you have, the good things that you do have, and it starts in the mind. Like I said, I'm going to, you know, share with you some of my experiences and what I did to myself as a result of a low self-esteem, and also my success stories coming out, how I overcame those things, the stuff that I did to myself as a result of a low self-esteem. Right, there's so many things that I did to myself, guys, physically, emotionally. I did a lot of things to myself, and like I said, the law of assumption got me on this strong mental diet, and everything is in the mind. What happens to you on the outside starts within you, guys. And just knowing that I no longer have suffering from the stuff that I used to suffer, I overcome it one day at a time, victorious over it one day at a time, you guys. So it's very important to overcome a low self-esteem and the law of assumption through affirmations and inner work. Affirmations on your self-concept really does help you to overcome that. Try it, try it. Do affirmations for yourself as well. As you are affirming for other things in your life, affirm for your self-concept as well, so that you will see positive things happening in your life and you feel more deserving of the things that you truly want. All right. Thank you for giving me your ears, and I can't wait to share with you more. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe to the Lerato Talks channel. Love you guys, and thank you for lending me your ears.